Joining me in the studio now to talk about consumer behaviour and how it's affecting the German economy is Stefan Kooths. He heads the Forecasting Centre at the Kiel Institute for the World Economy. Stefan, thanks for being with us. To begin with, tell me, are you someone who's done all of their Christmas shopping weeks in advance, or are you one of those last-minute buyers?
No, I'm not. I'm done, and that's because Christmas is easy to predict, so I don't have any stress with finding gifts today.
Good to hear. Now, Germans used to be known as a nation of savers. It seems to me now that they're plunging more and more money into the economy. They're spending like crazy. Is this good news, or should we also be a little bit cautious?
Well, currently, the German economy is operating at normal capacity utilization levels, which is good. But it's also true, currently, private consumption spending is driving the economy. And we must be cautious not to overstretch our capacities. And the reason why we are currently almost booming is not because people save less, but because incomes are much higher this year than they were last year.
Now, how much does consumer behaviour actually affect the current state of the German economy?
It's one of the major driving factors. Investment spending is also important and will become even more important next year, also due to the low interest rates that this economy is exposed to. But currently, clearly, consumption spending is the #1 driver of this economy.
Now, every year, Stefan, we always like to see how the German economy performed and how institutes actually predicted the performance of the German economy. I have to say that your institute did do pretty well, Stefan. Here's the ranking of 50 economic institutions and their forecasts for German economic growth in 2015. In first place is the Allianz insurance giant, followed by your institute for the world economy in Kiel. And in third place is Düsseldorf's Macroeconomic Policy Institute, the IMK. Now, you predicted 1.7% growth for 2015, which looks like it's going to be spot on, far better than, for example, the OECD, Deutsche Bank, and even Germany's central bank. So, Stefan, can you tell me, why was your institute's prediction, well, quite better than the rest?
Well, we should not overestimate these rankings because you can be right for the wrong reasons and you can be wrong for the right reasons. Business cycle forecast is much more than just having a couple of numbers that then later on are evaluated. Therefore, okay, the performance was good. We are satisfied, and I'm very satisfied with the performance of my team. But whether a forecast is good or not cannot be judged only by looking whether it came true or not.
This current very low oil price that we're seeing, is this something that's a blessing or a curse?
Well, it shifts purchasing power from the oil producers to the importers of oil, and this is one of the reasons why we see consumer spending so strong at the moment in this country. But at the same time, pronounced ups and downs of the oil price are disrupting production structures in the world economy and is therefore causing some trouble.
Yeah, exactly. We do know that the price of oil is likely to influence monetary policy, for example. One of the reasons that inflation has yet to pick up in the Eurozone, and possibly also why central banks continue to pump relatively cheap money into the economy. But is that the right strategy?
No, it is not. Central banks should just ignore this temporary effect of the oil prices and just look at the domestic factors that also contribute to inflation. And the over-expansionary monetary stance almost all over the Western world is really a critical risk factor for the world economy.
Let's look ahead to next year very briefly. Can we expect to see the price of oil continue to fall?
We don't see it falling further, but we do not see a quick recovery of the oil price as well. So probably the world economy will be provided with cheap oil over the short and medium term.
Well, Stefan Kooths, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you.